Hello, our Lives channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments happening in Salem as Monday, September 29th brings jaw-dropping confessions, dangerous revelations, and romantic tensions that will leave viewers absolutely stunned. Rachel's disturbing nighttime revelation. The Horton house becomes the epicenter of childhood drama as Julie Williams graciously steps into her babysitting role, watching over both Rachel Black and Thomas DiMera for what promises to be an unforgettable sleepover. Rachel's overnight stay takes an ominous turn when her subconscious mind begins to betray the carefully buried secrets she's been carrying. The trauma of shooting E.J. DiMera continues to fester beneath the surface, manifesting in ways that could expose everything she's tried to forget. During the quiet hours of the night, Rachel's sleeping mind may unlock the horrifying memories she suppressed, potentially mumbling confessions about the shooting that could shatter Thomas's world completely. Thomas, who has been specifically asked by his father Chad to monitor Rachel for warning signs of distress, finds himself in an impossible position as he witnesses his friend's psychological unraveling. The weight of responsibility crushes down on the young DiMera as he realizes that Rachel may be carrying far more dangerous secrets than anyone imagined. The implications of Rachel's potential sleep-talking extend far beyond a simple childhood confession, threatening to unravel the carefully constructed lies that have protected both children from the devastating truth about E.J.'s shooting. Rachel's subconscious knowledge of her violent act against E.J. creates a powder keg of emotions that could explode at any moment, putting both children at risk of psychological damage. E.J.'s desperate love confession shocks Belle. Trapped within the confines of the hospital elevator, E.J. DiMera and Belle Black find themselves facing an emotional reckoning that neither anticipated. The blackout that has paralyzed Salem creates an intimate prison where E.J.'s carefully guarded feelings can no longer remain hidden. His frustration reaches a boiling point as he struggles to understand why their past romance cannot bridge the chasm that currently separates them. E.J.'s vulnerable confession of his enduring love for Belle represents a desperate gamble to salvage what remains of their fractured relationship. Despite his transformation claims and promises of becoming a better man, Belle remains steadfast in her refusal to open her heart to him again. The elevator becomes a metaphorical cage where E.J.'s emotions pour forth uncensored, revealing the depth of his longing and the pain of their separation. Belle's reaction to E.J.'s heartfelt admission demonstrates her resolve to protect herself from further emotional manipulation, even as she grapples with her own complicated feelings. The tension between them crackles with unresolved passion and bitter disappointment, creating a volatile atmosphere that could either heal their wounds or deepen their mutual destruction. E.J.'s declaration forces Belle to confront the reality that his feelings never truly disappeared, despite all the betrayals and broken promises that drove them apart. Leo's heroic rescue mission. The hospital's high-tech security system becomes Gwen von Leusner's prison as she remains trapped behind E.J.'s electronically locked door in the new medical wing. Leo Stark emerges as an unlikely hero when he discovers Gwen's dire predicament and takes immediate action to secure her freedom. The blackout that has crippled Salem's infrastructure works to Leo's advantage, potentially disrupting the sophisticated locking mechanism that holds Gwen captive. This rescue mission marks a potential turning point in the relationship between Leo and Maddie, as their shared crisis could forge an unexpected alliance. Leo's motivation for helping Gwen remains characteristically complex, blending genuine concern with his typical self-serving calculations. Gwen's gratitude for Leo's intervention may create opportunities for future collaboration, though trusting Leo always comes with significant risks and hidden agendas. The dramatic rescue unfolds against the backdrop of Salem's power crisis, adding layers of urgency and danger to an already precarious situation. Leo's quick thinking and resourcefulness shine through as he navigates the darkened hospital corridors, determined to free Gwen from her technological prison before the situation deteriorates further. Susan's life-saving intervention. Marlena Evans's unconscious state at the townhouse triggers alarm bells when Susan Banks arrives to discover the beloved psychiatrist collapsed and unresponsive on the sofa. Susan's timely intervention proves crucial as she works to revive Marlena and assess the severity of her condition. The blackout's impact on Salem's medical infrastructure makes Susan's quick response even more vital, as professional medical help may be delayed or unavailable. Susan's nurturing instincts take over as she tends to Marlena, using her experience and intuition to provide immediate care while trying to determine what caused the medical emergency. The bond between these two women, forged through shared trauma and mutual respect, deepens as Susan becomes Marlena's lifeline during this critical moment. Marlena's gradual awakening under Susan's care sets the stage for an emotionally charged conversation about their respective struggles and survival strategies. The intimate setting of the townhouse provides the perfect backdrop for Marlena to open her heart to Susan in unprecedented ways, sharing vulnerabilities and fears that she rarely reveals to others. Susan's presence offers Marlena both physical safety and emotional comfort, creating an opportunity for healing and understanding between two women who have endured unimaginable hardships. Chad and Kat's passionate connection. The power outage that has plunged Salem into darkness creates an unexpectedly romantic atmosphere for Chad DiMera and Kat Green, as they find themselves drawn together by circumstances beyond their control. Chad's determination to pursue this budding romance intensifies despite the complications surrounding Kat's true identity and hidden agenda. The intimate setting of Kat's powerless home provides the perfect environment for their relationship to evolve from tentative attraction to genuine passion. Chad's decision to openly pursue Kat represents a significant emotional risk, as he prepares to introduce her to his family and make their relationship official. The candlelit ambience and forced isolation strip away the usual distractions and pretenses, allowing both Chad and Kat to explore their authentic feelings for each other. Their romantic moments unfold naturally as they navigate the challenges of the blackout together, finding comfort and connection in each other's presence. Kat's internal conflict between her growing feelings for Chad and her secret mission creates layers of emotional complexity that threaten to undermine their developing love story. Chad's vulnerability and genuine affection for Kat may prove to be the catalyst that ultimately forces her to choose between her original objectives and the possibility of true love. The power outage serves as a metaphor for the emotional barriers falling away between them, revealing the raw attraction and genuine care that exists beneath their complicated circumstances. The stage is set for Monday's episode to deliver shocking revelations, desperate confessions, and romantic breakthroughs that will reshape the landscape of Salem forever. Part 2, Friday, September 26, 2025. A night of secrets, surprises, and silent raves in Salem. If Salem ever needed proof that chaos can bring people closer together, Friday's episode of Days of Our Lives delivered it in spades. What began as just another day in a town still adjusting to the aftermath of a massive blackout quickly spiraled into confessions, confrontations, unexpected parties, and one looming sense of danger that no one could quite shake off. From the halls of University Hospital to the glow-stick-covered floor of the Brady pub, Salem was alive with drama, even in the dark. Stephanie's Q&A takes a strange turn. With much of Salem still recovering from the blackout, the hospital became one of the few places with a reliable source of power, thanks to its generators. Stephanie Johnson and Alex decided to make the best of the situation by setting up shop in Kayla's office, using the space to host a long-anticipated blog Q&A session. Fans have been eager to hear from Anastasia, Stephanie's pseudonym for her online writing persona. At first, the arrangement seemed harmless enough. Alex even promised to run out and grab food, leaving Stephanie to field the questions herself. But the scene quickly shifted into something more awkward and a little unsettling. Stephanie had the habit of reading aloud everything she was typing, almost narrating her every keystroke like a nervous child caught sneaking cookies. It was charming in its own way, but also telling. She was on edge. The tension only thickened when Bonnie and Maggie joined the Q&A from the Kiriakis' mansion. Naturally, their home was unaffected by the outage, thanks to Victor's foresight of having a generator. Maggie was relieved that Sarah was safe and sound at Xander's side, and Bonnie was practically bouncing in her seat at the chance to connect with Anastasia Liv. The conversation shifted from pleasantries to speculation about Anastasia's true identity. Maggie even teased Bonnie by offering to get Alex's autograph for her, though Bonnie could probably just ask him directly, given their family ties. Stephanie held her composure as long as she could, spinning a story about being in Salem for Titan Publishing. But then came the question that stopped her cold, one referencing her history with Jeremy Horton. It was personal, invasive, and impossible to answer without raising eyebrows. She quickly wrapped up the Q&A and texted Alex to come back. But just as she was packing up, a strange noise echoed outside the office. Stephanie froze. Was it just the building settling after days without power? Or was someone watching her? The possibility of a stalker loomed heavy, and for once, Stephanie's paranoia didn't seem entirely unfounded. Chanel, Felicity, and a pub rave? Meanwhile, in the Salem Square, Chanel was busy offering comfort to Felicity, who was still shaken by the blackout and the dangers it caused. With traffic lights still down, driving was risky, so the two lingered outside until Alex happened by on his way to the Brady pub, ever the social butterfly. Alex invited them to join him for a bite to eat. When they arrived, they found the pub dim but open, with Roman working hard to serve customers despite the lack of lights. That alone was heartwarming. In Salem, life goes on no matter what. But leave it to Alex to add a twist. Noticing the glow sticks and 4th of July trinkets Chanel had dug up to distract Felicity, he suggested they throw a makeshift rave right there in the middle of the pub. Not just any rave, a silent rave, complete with headphones and flashing neon accessories. Soon enough, the trio was decked out in glowing sunglasses, plastic beads, and enough light-up bracelets to rival a New Year's Eve bash. The sight of them waving glow sticks around the pub's floor was equal parts ridiculous and delightful, and, surprisingly, the patrons seemed to enjoy the spectacle. Laughter and cheers filled the room as Salemites took a moment to dance away their worries in the middle of the blackout crisis. But amid the fun, real conversations surfaced. When Felicity stepped away, Alex turned serious, asking Chanel about collaborating again on Body and Soul. The idea stirred up memories Chanel had long tried to leave behind. "I've tried to put that whole chapter behind me," she admitted, her tone carrying both finality and regret. Alex didn't push, but it was clear the past still held weight for both of them. As if on cue, Roman emerged with Alex's takeout and shifted the subject. He offered his heartfelt support to Chanel, acknowledging the adoption journey she and Johnny had been navigating. His faith in her was unwavering. "You'll make a fantastic mom." The encouragement brought warmth to the table, reminding Chanel that no matter the hardships, she wasn't alone in her fight for a family. Shadows and steps forward. Elsewhere in Salem, other stories were unfolding. Sarah and Xander, finally free from the uncertainty that has haunted their relationship, were taking bold steps forward together. Their reunion marked a turning point, one that Maggie was quietly thrilled about. She couldn't hide her relief knowing her daughter was safe, loved, and cared for in the mansion that once symbolized so much conflict. At the same time, Philip was wrestling with his own revelations. His surprising admission about the lawsuit left many questions unanswered, but hinted that Titan's future, and his role in it, was far more complicated than anyone realized. While the Kyriakis family was celebrating small victories, storms were quietly brewing that could once again threaten to tear them apart. And in the background of it all, Stephanie's unease lingered. That sound outside the office, that creeping feeling she couldn't shake. If it truly was a stalker, then Salem's blackout chaos might only be the beginning of a much darker storyline. Final thoughts. Friday's episode was a roller coaster of moods. Light-hearted fun at the pub, heartfelt encouragement from Roman, tense undercurrents in Kayla's office, and cautious optimism at the Kyriakis mansion. Salem was alive in ways both bright and ominous, reflecting the resilience of its people even as shadows closed in. As fans, we know this much. A silent rave might bring joy for one night, but the real noise in Salem is yet to come. Secrets are bubbling, stalkers may be lurking, and relationships, both old and new, are standing at pivotal crossroads. In a town like Salem, the lights don't have to be on for the drama to shine.